Hi, everyone. My name is Hannes Edinger. I'm the managing director of a company called Big River Analytics. I've been working closely with Harmony Johnson on the development of this suite of tools intended to support SGIGs in their data-related work. In this section, we'll explore the elements of developing a work plan and budget for a census project, drawing on the fictional study of the Seleniituck government, and I guess knowing while every SGIG is unique with their own set of priorities, capacities, and constraints, this case study provides a helpful starting point for planning, thinking about a census project. How long does this take? How much does it cost? And we walk through a six-phase approach that covers project management, policy development, communications and engagement, questionnaire methodology design, enumerator training and data collection, and ultimately reporting. So you would have seen elements of this throughout all of the suite of tools. And this kind of just brings it together into a starting point in terms of a work plan to give folks a sense of what it takes to pull something like this off. So as I said, this is a fictional case study to provide a starting point for SGIGs in planning a census project. I mentioned the six main phases. And kind of a key part of this tool ultimately is in providing information related to the decisions that drive costs. So, it's not always obvious how a particular decision might, increase the level of effort and budget necessary for a census. And so we've kind of taken some careful consideration in the development of this tool to highlight those areas so folks are well aware. If you do want to do a really fancy digital dashboard above and beyond what we've presented, that can double the cost. Or if you want to go door to door for every single respondent as opposed to including an online option, that can really drive costs as well. And so we've done some work to try and highlight those cost drivers. So this is the landing page on the website for the work plan and costing guidance. Again, there's a bit of a summary down below and a link to download the tool itself. I'll just flip over to the tool. So as Allison said, this is the final tool in the entire suite of tools that we've been working on. And this lays out all of kind of the key considerations from a work plan perspective in developing a census project. So project management, policy development, and so policy development in particular, this would be related to like privacy policies and security and ensuring that, for example, that the data collected from respondents is used in accordance with the privacy statement included in the questionnaire itself and that sort of thing, ensuring that that integrity of privacy controls is maintained right from enumeration to the point where folks are entering it into a tablet or on a hard copy, all the way through analysis and ultimately data storage, and sometimes even data destruction, which can be a part of these exercises as well, if that's, the desired outcome from a policy or from a privacy perspective. We talk about communications and engagement, how to work with a government's communications department to collaboratively develop and implement communications and engagement plan. This was really a key piece in some of the more successful projects that we've worked on, ensuring that everyone's got the same set of key messages for a project like this. And also looking for opportunities to leverage internal capacity within SGIGs whenever possible. That's a great way to keep ultimately the overall cost of the project down. We've got some key considerations related to the questionnaire methodology design, speak about enumerator training and data collection, how to recruit and train enumerators. This is not an easy job, and I think we need to be really clear with enumerators in terms of what they're getting into. I remember I did one project where it was for a municipality, and they said, well, we're not going to hire enumerators. We're going to have city staff. We're going to have city staff do all the enumeration. We're going to have the CAO out there knocking on doors. And they assured me that we didn't need to hire enumerators. We needed no budget for enumeration. And so we trained the entire city staff. We did a 3-day workshop. We gave them binders. We sent them out knocking on doors. And with an exception of, I think, 2 people, we had everyone at the end of the first day come back and give us their binders and hand it in and say, I'm sorry, there's no way that I can go through with this project. And so we had to ultimately hire and train enumerators. It's a lot harder than people think, particularly if you're, a little bit shy or not comfortable. If you're not, don't have a sales background, this can be an uncomfortable exercise. And I think people really don't understand um, the level of difficulty, the challenge in enumerating a project like this. For some reason, if you're wearing a shirt and you've got a clipboard in your hand, and people just sometimes take license to treat you differently than they would any other human being. It's kind of a weird thing. So anyway, lots of considerations related to that. Also, the points that would drive costs. And then we talk about kind of the main areas of reporting, the main types of reporting. This is kind of laid out like like you might want to develop a work plan with all the different phases. This could be used as a template, as a starting point as well. So we've got recommendations in terms of the timeline as well. This is all, based on our experience in terms of how long these things take. This is the financial considerations piece that I mentioned, and just like an example budget with some ranges in terms of what you could expect a project like this to cost. And this would include details in terms of like what is a low end version of this versus what is a high end version of this. And so, yeah, this is kind of like the catch-all. How do you kind of get started template baseline work plan that folks can work with and build on.